Hello everybody! I'm so happy that you're here and watching my video today. Today I would like to talk about 22 things that I've learned in 22 years. And the reason I'm using the number 22 and the reason why it is significant is because I am 22 years old and my 23rd birthday is approaching here in a couple months in April, and I would just like to share 22 things that I have learned in my life and that have helped me for the better in my life. And please take what you will out of this video. I'm not saying this is the end all be all, and I'm very much still working on these things today. And second off, I really appreciate if you have been watching my videos. It means so much to me, and definitely like this video and subscribe if you'd like to be notified when I make new videos, and if you have any requests that you want me to make a video and talk about, I would be very happy to do that as well. So we'll get this started. And these are in no particular order at all. So I'm just going to go down the list that I wrote. 1, what you permit, you promote. And this is significant because oftentimes in our lives, like I've spoken about in my videos before, let's say if we're letting someone walk all over us, disrespect us, mistreat us, you are permitting that behavior, and it's so important to not only count the other person at fault for taking advantage of you simply not knowing in that time how to advocate and stand up for yourself. That's a learning experience, and I've learned to not feel guilty about or have any regrets about certain times in my life, and I only regret the things that I didn't do or wish I could have done better. But one thing we do have to remember is I hope we act on the knowledge that we have in that particular moment. So it makes no use in blaming yourself, because that will only contribute to a negative self-esteem, which will not lead to a very happy life from experience. And 2, discomfort is a part of the journey. Break out of that cycle and evolve. So many times in my life, I've said before, I was always really shy. I hated being out of my comfort zone. I hated feeling uncomfortable, feeling awkward, feeling like I was going to be judged. And there's really no room for growth when you don't step out of your comfort zone every once in a while and do something fun. Like, have fun in your life. That is so important. For a long time, and sometimes still today, I'll be like, oh, not that it's not the right thing to do, but I'm just like, oh, that doesn't seem like something that I have the willpower to do. But you really miss out on really fun things in your life. So I encourage you to take chances and new opportunities that may enrich your life. 3, live a life with purpose and intention. That kind of speaks for itself. We don't want to be living on autopilot, kind of just a meaningless life, and not taking care of our minds and our bodies, obviously. 4, don't search for love to escape yourself. Seek love within yourself to enrich your life. I can relate to this when even recently, we kind of search for love in different places, search for things that we feel that are unmet needs within ourselves. But really, we are responsible to meet our own needs to an extent. Just like we have the capacity to make ourselves feel very happy, we are also at fault for creating our own misery, and misery loves company. How many times have you felt so down in the dumps and you just want all your friends to come down with you? Not in a bad way, but you just want to hear how life does suck sometimes, and you want them to just soak in your sadness with you. And yes, it feels comforting and validating of your feelings, but realize you really have the power to turn your day around. And it's so important to love yourself before you expect anybody to love you and accept you for who you are. 5, keep God close and remain in good faith. This is something, my faith has always been something that's been really important to me and very personal. So I will keep it at that. And just know faith is something that you don't, it's not meant to flaunt all day, every day. I personally believe that your relationship with God, if you believe in any higher power, that relationship is sacred and it's private, and it's always good to share your faith with others, and things like that. So I encourage you to keep doing that, or whatever deity you believe in, or if you believe in, just put your trust in the universe, all on board for that too. 6 kind of goes into number 5. My happiness is my responsibility. 7, choose grounded people to vent to. This kind of goes back into my other points too. You don't want to vent to someone who will kind of encourage or enable that that initial behavior, that like reactive behavior, like, oh, I should be so angry, or I should tell them off. Like I said before, anger and stress they're detrimental to our lives if we let it take over us. And 8, get the facts straight before you react and have self-control. So many times in my life, I did not have self-control. I would react on the spot. I felt like if something made me angry, if something made me upset, I would almost be itching to react, itching to say something that will really set the other person off. And that just enables really bad behavior. It can become destructive, and you could hurt other people's feelings when you're doing that. And that's why it's important to really watch what we say and how we act around others, because you have no idea how that could impact somebody's life also. 9, have integrity and draw lines, draw boundaries, all to create those boundaries for others and have self-respect for yourself. 10, you are your best company. Embrace your solitude. Sometimes we view being single, being lonely, not having anything, not having anyone or any plans on a Friday night or on a weekend night. I know when I was, especially in high school and early years in college, if I didn't have any plans, I'd be like, well, I must be a loser. I didn't get invited to anything. I didn't make any plans with my friends. So I'm just gonna sulk in my room and just be sad and have like FOMO, like fear of missing out. And really that's just gonna make us more sad. And now, something I will share with you guys is I have self-care days. Every other Friday, I'll have a self-care day where I either get like my nails done, I'll get my lashes done, do something for myself, because I like taking good care of myself. It increases my confidence and self-esteem, and it's so important to put yourself first before you can help anybody else without feeling drained. 11, trauma does not discriminate. This is not only true, I feel like, for myself, but for the people that open up to you, who seem to have such perfect lives, and maybe they open up to you and you're almost in disbelief. You're like, what? How could that happen to you? You seem like you have such a perfect life. These things can happen to just about anybody. Everyone is facing some trial or tribulations in their life. And don't be so quick to put people on a pedestal or think that they're perfect, because none of us are perfect. I hate to break it to some of you. And 12, family is not an excuse for toxic behavior, and neither are close friendships. Just because you've been friends with someone since preschool, middle school, doesn't mean that just if they disrespect you, let's say they did something horrible, doesn't mean you have to excuse their behavior or feel like you still need to have strings attached, because you certainly don't. And 13, I said this in my last video, I am an acquired taste. Be happy with who you are and embrace your quirks. I think I definitely have a lot of quirks, and so do my friends, and it only makes me love them even more and appreciate the kind of friends they are to me, because I see them in such a light, and I appreciate the things that really make them stand out from other people in my life. 14. Life goes on. This is so important to remember. Some days we feel like, or maybe some weeks, some months, some years, we feel like, how can I possibly go on? I mean, I'm so miserable, I'm so depressed, I feel like I'm failing. Or if you have to take a break. For example, in my first video when I shared that I went to a mental hospital, I thought that was it for me. I did not want to exist. I hated myself for feeling so intensely. I'm a very sensitive person, and with feelings of joy, even joy and sadness, I feel at an extreme level. And medication has definitely helped with that, thankfully. But I felt like since I had to take that break off from work, like I'm going to get fired. They're going to think less of me. And you know what? The weekend I got out of the mental hospital, I went right back to work. And life went on. I hung out with my friends. I was happier. The sun rose up again. And when I thought my life was ending and all I could see was darkness, you really have the capacity in your life to be that light that you need sometimes. And other people can do that for you. Next, number 15, travel. I certainly have not gone to travel the world just yet. I've traveled to a few different states, which I've really enjoyed. Sometimes by myself, which has been such an incredible experience, and sometimes even more fun. I say that now because I haven't traveled like with my friends, but I mean, because you can do whatever you want when you travel by yourself. Like, you have full control of your itinerary, which is very fun to experience. And there's such a bigger world than what our small world is. And 16, show gratitude. This is one that's really big to me. I always want to make sure that everyone that's important to me and that has impacted my life in a positive way knows how important they are to me and how special of a place that they hold in my heart. I try to do this with maybe sending them a letter or a quick text, a phone call, a FaceTime, maybe getting a small gift like I was thinking of them. And I've become very appreciative of the friends and the family that I have today. 17, always keep yourself educated. I tried to do this on the semesters I've taken off of school. I've always enjoyed reading, so I definitely read a lot of books this past year that have helped me. And maybe I'll make another video on this another day about the books that I've read, but I just finished this one. It's called Attached. It's by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. It's Attached, the New Science of Adult Attachment, How It Can Help You Find and Keep Love. I literally started this on like a Friday night, and I like finished it that same night because I was like addicted. It's like just about 300 pages. I would say it's a pretty easy read. And I also even had time to make like notes and highlight things in it. And you just learn how to be in a relationship. because there's no no one really tells you how to be in a relationship or how to treat other people sometimes. We think we know by watching love stories or reading love stories, but we don't. It's important to know your attachment style and also your partner's attachment style to help you better understand each other. And let's see. Number 18. No is a complete statement. Kind of like, just like when you are saying no to somebody when you feel like you're in a predicament, and you don't want to comply to what they are asking you, you have every right to say no. And that is a complete statement. Don't feel like you have to explain yourself, because you don't. And that comes also for when somebody's showing you their true colors, take that at face value and leave it at that. Because I'm pretty sure when someone shows you their true colors and it's not positive, you probably just want to walk away. 19. This is kind of one pertaining to dating. When a man wants you, he comes correct. Ladies, remember that, and remember your worth. If someone truly values you as a woman and wants to be with you, they will come correct and they will treat you right. And don't settle for less. Number 20. The only people who benefit from us not having boundaries are the ones that never, this is kind of confusing. Basically, there's certain people in our lives that they benefit from us not having boundaries, a time when we didn't know how to create boundaries. Those people who want to take advantage of you, they're the only ones who benefit from you having no boundaries. You don't benefit from that. And I'm still remembering that today too. So 21, don't take rejection personal. If I would have believed this years ago, I probably would have saved a lot of tears, a lot of sadness. But I can only be grateful that I experienced those low times, because I learned from them. And now when I am faced with rejection, whether it's with a job or a relationship, I've learned not to take it personal. I mean, you'd be surprised how, if you knew how much everybody really thought of you, you wouldn't feel so embarrassed or judged by other people. I don't know if that makes sense. And 22, the last one, last but not least, this is for those, this is not completely related to addiction. This is also related to bad habits we might have. I wrote down starve what you want to die. Let's say you have an addiction, alcohol, smoking, and you're finding that it's playing a really bad role in your life and it's not doing you a lot of good. Starve what you want to die. I know sometimes it's hard to just cut cold turkey. I totally understand that. But just kind of the idea of it, and with bad habits, like let's say you wake up late every day. How do you starve that? Get better sleep at night, even if that means taking melatonin. Maybe set one of your favorite songs as your alarm to wake up. It's like little things like that. Take what you want from that statement. Those are just some examples. And I read all of the list of my 22 things. Let me know which ones you liked and what are some things that you learned in your life, all of your years of living. I'd really like to know. So if you'd like to share, please comment down below. And I will try to leave my social media so you guys can connect with me on my other platforms. It was really great to make this video. And thank you all for watching if you've made it this far. And I hope you all have a great week.